Hi, everyone. Welcome back to A Tribe Called Dhillon podcast. I'm Angie Dhillon.
And I'm Rose Dhillon.
And I'm Alvin Dhillon.
Hope you had a great week. We're going to get right into our Win of the Week segment because guess what? We're going to make our episodes a little more short, punchy, and straight to the point now. So then that
we heard your feedback.
Yeah, we're going to just keep them tight now. Al, Win of the Week for you.
Okie dokie. My win is, I said this multiple times before, but due to the renos, I did not have too much time on my hands. But now I have 80% complete. I'm getting to the point where I have a little more time on my hands. So I will be focusing on creating funny skits. I look back and realize like that was like my thing. I used to create funny skits before for like your weddings and whatnot. And I'm going to start doing more of that. And I'm going to try to highlight all the BS I had to go through as a kid. And that's what's going to be highlighted in it. But it's going to be us three adults shooting skits as children. And
yeah, so Al's vision is also going to be we're a part of his vision.
Yeah, so you will see a bunch of stuff, all the trauma I went to, like as in being tied up to forced to hang out with them.
Just who's them with your two sisters?
These two is them. Yeah.
Them. Okay. Because sometimes them means the parents.
No, it does not. Okay.
Okay. Over to you, Rose.
Okay. My win is that I have finally incorporated weight training into my regimen. So I am happy to say that I bought some elastic bands. I bought a weighted vest and I am taking my workout not as seriously as it will be in the new year because the school will be done, but I'm starting to do that now. So I'm really proud of myself.
Nice. Okay. My win, you're looking at it. I'm kind of going through the hat phase. I watched my the other episode that you two did when you guys went to Gibson's and I was like, hey, that hat looks really nice. And so it just got me down a rabbit hole. I started organizing my closet. I do this every year. I got a lot of clothes. I purged. I donated some. I'm giving some to Rose to look at. And I found all my hats that I haven't worn. And I'm like, I'm going to just start rocking these and wearing these on the podcast. So this is one of many hats to come.
Wait, so that hat is your win?
Yeah, I think this hat is great.
Okay. I thought it was going to be the win was that I found this hat and I'm going to give it away to someone.
I have beautiful hats. This hat might be from New York because when I went to New York, I bought a bunch of hats from there. So that's my win of the week. And stop raining on my parade, you two.
Good old gardener's
Okay,
hat.
Let's get into what we want to talk about. We are going to throw it back to our mama's 70th birthday bash in August.
Woo!
Our mom turned the big 7-0. Woo!
Woo!
I say, every year that you get a chance to grace and still be a part of this planet, it's a great year and it's meant to be celebrated. I know we threw my mom's, was it her 65th birthday that we did at the bash?
Yep.
Yeah, we did a big, huge hall party for a couple hundred people attended that. This time our mom didn't want anything done. She actually wanted it really low key. First, she wanted nothing done. And I said, okay, mom, let's meet halfway. 70 is a big milestone. We want to celebrate you. We want to do something nice. Can you meet us halfway? And she said, finally, okay, just invite my brothers and sisters, a few friends, and I just want like an intimate dinner. So that's what we're going to talk about. Our mama's 70th birthday. She doesn't look 70. She looks fabulous. But the reason we are tabling this episode is because we know, I don't want to say days are numbered, maybe years are numbered as our parents are aging now. We've got elderly parents, and those of you that have that, every day that they're still here and they pick up the phone, it's a blessing because one of those days are going to come where one of them or one of us is going to have to call the other sibling and say like, dad didn't wake up or mom didn't wake up. And I get really emotional when I think of those kinds of things. But unfortunately, that's a reality of life. And we want to talk about those things because those things, we think about those things every single day. And I'm sure those of you that have, that are close to your parents, you can relate. So without getting too emotional, we want to make this episode about our mom. We want to celebrate her and talk about all the fun stuff that we did and why we did what we did. So guys, okay, mom's 70th birthday celebration. That was in August. What do you guys remember about that?
I feel like it happened like months ago because the time's been flying, but it's only been a month.
Yeah.
It's only been like a month. It was good times though. It was a good weather too that day.
It was very hot for some reason that day.
Very hot. Yeah. Yes.
But I did, I was happy that we did the bowling and everybody loved the bowling, but unfortunately that place didn't have the AC going. So people, I think after about half hour started overheating, but it was a good setup. I was just watching all the adults having so much fun bowling was like probably one of the highlights because you can see that they were actually thoroughly enjoying themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rose, you?
Yeah, that was definitely my highlight. Was just I was so surprised when Angie's like, oh, we're going to be doing. Angie and Alvin planned the bowling after the dinner. I was like, oh, okay, that's neat. And I really thought it was just more for us because everyone else was older. They were the ones bowling the whole time. Everybody that was over the age of 65 was bowling. Like, didn't take a break, and they're like, it's your turn. I'm like, that's fine. You can continue going. I was really pleasantly surprised how the child in them came out, and it was just joyful to watch watch them enjoy themselves. And I thought, this is what life is all about. This is why we threw the party.
Yeah. I want to just take it back, Al, what you're saying. So we originally planned a nice buffet dinner. We're being Indian. We took everybody to an Indian restaurant, one that had great reviews. So we took everyone for a nice meal, and we were there for a few hours. And then Al and I were thinking, and we have always done this, that whenever the tribe or like the Dhillon siblings do something, we want to give people an experience. We want to make you feel something. We want to evoke an emotion out of you. And so when Al and I were thinking, like, what can we do? And Al said, how about bowling? And then initially I said to Al, Al, I don't think that's going to land so well because everyone's going to complain about some sort of frozen shoulder or arm
Back
injury.
pain, yep.
Yeah. And so the irony of this story was I messaged all of my aunts and uncles one-on-one to give them the invitation. And then I reached back out to them a few weeks later and I said that we're going to arrange bowling. Could you please let me know if you would like to participate? That way we know how many bowling lanes to book. And I'm telling you right now, 5 out of the 7 aunts and uncles said, oh, I have a frozen shoulder. My shoulder's hurting. I'm not going to be able to play. The bowling balls are heavy. So then Al found out that, there's lighter balls and we're going to play in that lane. So lo and behold, when we got to the bowling alley, the aunts and all the other aunts were like, oh, these balls are really dinky and small. Why are we here? We're like, well, they're easier and they're gentler on your body parts and your arms. So we figured we would go with lighter weight balls. And guess what? They made this big hullabaloo there. So then we ended up going and moving lanes into the heavier bowling balls and the ones that
they wanted a challenge.
Yeah. And there's 2 aunts that couldn't play because of shoulder injury. And we understand. But for the most part, it ended up being such an amazing time. And I have an aunt who is my mom's really good friend, and she's going to be watching this episode, and I'm not going to say her name. She comes up to me and goes, Beta, which means like child in Indian, goes, what is this game called? Because she had never played bowling.
Well, I didn't know
bowled.
she didn't. Wow.
Yeah,
so we gave her a really great experience.
And she said, this game is so much fun. And she came with another friend, and the other friend goes, oh yeah, now the competition's happening with them, right? And she goes, oh, I played this game several times. And my mom's really good friend. She said, what is this game called? Because I've never played this game. And she said, it's a lot of fun. Thank you. So for me, like Rose said, it was creating that nostalgia, that excitement, and just that experience for my mom and her relatives and her friends, because that's all we have at the end of the day is memories. That's what's left from all this, right? And that's why we decided to do an episode just to reminisce, because I don't ever want us to lose those happy times and happy moments in life. So we were fortunate to have both of our parents. They're still alive and they were there. And even dad was like,
Dad was great. Yeah. He was such a good sport. I was really impressed with him.
First he said, I don't want to play. And then every time it wasn't even dad's turn to bowl, dad was like trying to take Rose's opportunity to bowl, or he would go in my area, my turn. And I'm very competitive. I'm like, Dad, stay in your lane. It's my turn now.
I have a really good memory from that day. So recently, my I guess it's my ex-husband's grandmother had passed away, and she, God bless, rest her soul, she was such a sweet woman. She had sent Angie and I some shoes just before she had passed away. And so I thought, you know what, this is an opportunity to wear one of her really beautiful, nice shoes. And they're very, very expensive shoes. So I wore the shoe with my shoes with my dress, and I'm at the restaurant. And as I'm walking, all of a sudden something happens to the shoe. And I'm like, whoa, what was that? And the shoe broke. The whole front shoe just completely fell apart. And I was like, oh no. And so I'm walking now with one heel and one flat. And I'm like this walking back. And I looked at Al and I was like, I don't know, I can't walk like this. This is really embarrassing. Not only embarrassing, I'm also afraid that I'm going to hurt myself with 1 3-inch and 1 flat. And so my lovely brother is so kind. It's amazing.
Your
brother.
Uber driver.
Yeah. He went home and he's like, I'm going to video tell you when I get there, and I'm going to show you all your shoes and tell me which one to bring. And he bought me a new pair of shoes to the restaurant so I could enjoy the rest of the party. So thank you, Al.
Yeah.
Shout out to Elle.
Yep.
Shout
As usual.
You know,
clean up their mess.
there's a trend here. I was going to say, Rose, you always seem to have a wardrobe or shoe malfunction. Right? You had that at a bridal shower or at a baby shower. I think it was a bridal shower.
No,
and I gave you my outfit or my shoe. Oh yeah, I gave you my shoe that day.
And then remember at my cousin's reception where I put on the gown and thought I was going to wear that. Thankfully, I always have some kind of wardrobe malfunction. I don't know what's happening here.
And Al probably didn't even need to go home that day. I was just realizing because I'm like, you could have gotten by. We were going to the bowling alley.
No, because I literally was like walking like this and I was afraid that I'm like, okay, something could happen. Because remember, people had dropped food there too. It was a little slippery in that area. Mm-hmm. I thought just to be on the safe side, I do not need to ruin this birthday party and be like, no, one, my shoe broke, but now I've like rolled my ankle or something like that.
I carry 2 shoes with me in my car. Wherever I go, I always have a backup because I know a lot of times, especially with our Indian outfits, when we're going to a party, it sometimes just takes one zipper up, or going on, and then all of a sudden the entire zipper busts. Sometimes the way the craftsmanship happens with these, the zippers are very flimsy. So whenever I go anywhere, if I'm getting ready somewhere else, I bring 2 pairs of shoes and 2 pairs of Indian outfits, or even just dresses. Wherever I'm going, I always have a backup because you just never know.
Yeah. Yeah. I learned that lesson the hard way now. I've got a pair of heels in the trunk and runners, just,
You sound like first world problems.
They are definitely first world problems.
What you should have done is did how our parents would have been said, I used to walk to school for 45 miles barefoot. And then I had to go to work after that for another 25 miles. They didn't actually have time to do any work because they were busy walking to work. So, there you go.
I love that. Do you remember how many times Mom told us that growing up? I heard that story
forever. Every time you needed a new pair of shoes, Nikes. Yep. You want Nike shoes? These are $150. I used to walk to school with no shoes, and that's why they amputated my legs. Yeah.
They didn't amputate her legs. We don't want to say any false stories, but we always get I used to walk 1 to 2 miles. We're like, that's great, Mom. Like, I don't know what you want us to do about it, but we need the shoe. Okay, let's talk about, how did you guys like the restaurant? Did you guys like the food and the desserts?
Food was good. But now that I look back on it, maybe we should have stayed a little bit longer at the restaurant. It seemed a little bit more rushed. We were kind of like on a tight schedule. But because people were enjoying themselves and it was a good setup. It would have been nice if we had if they made that restaurant more like areas where there's a little bit more blocked off for private area. They blocked us off, but there was other people with certain same size parties. But overall, food was great. I think the vibe was good. It was a good time.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with Al. I think that all the cool stations, we needed more time because I didn't realize how much food there was. And there were so many stations that I missed trying because there was just so much and we had such a small amount of time. So I would have definitely say, if you're going to go to a buffet, give yourself at least 3 hours because you want to give yourself a chance to digest a little bit, take a few minute break and then go back to the next because there was literally 15 stations. And I think I only covered 5 stations.
No, I think there was 25 to 30 stations.
Maybe, there's so much food. It was overwhelming.
Yeah. I agree. And I didn't even know where to begin. I didn't even eat that much. But I think we have mentally noted now that 2 hours for a buffet is not enough. Yeah. And apparently when I came back home, I was Googling buffet times and stuff. Apparently, people do this and they go out regularly and buffet is like art. So for those people that know how to do buffets, there's a certain time that you starve yourself, then you go and eat the food, then you take a break, you start off with salads and there's a whole system to how you're supposed to tackle a buffet. And who would have thought? But I definitely feel that 2 hours.
I did starve myself all day, but it still wasn't enough because I get full fast. And I was like, damn it, I'm full. I knew I should have started with the butter chicken. That's the heaviest one. I should have waited that for last.
Yeah. So I think I would say at least minimum 3 hours if you're going to go for a buffet.
Yes.
Okay. What was the highlight? What was a memorable surprise or what do you think Mom's reaction was? You think Mom was appreciative?
I think she looked really great. What I love about my mom is that she is 70 and she still takes care of herself. I think a lot of times when we get older, we're like, oh, I don't need to dress up. I don't need to that. One thing I really admire about my mom is if it's an event, she puts her best foot forward. So, we dyed her hair the night before to make sure all the grays were gone. I curled her hair in the morning. She even said, I think I want to put a flower in my hair. I was like, yeah, girl, you want to put a flower. And she wore a beautiful blue dress and we put a flower in her hair. And I was really proud of her to just say, you get older, things happen and people start to lose lose interest in themselves. She never did that. She never gave in to life stresses and saying, oh, well, I'm just, put my hair in a bun, or I'm just not going to wear. She always shows up. And I really admire that. And I think that's something that I'll definitely want to emulate as I get older, is just seeing that she always shows up and dresses up really nicely when it's a nice occasion.
Yeah, I agree.
You are all wrong. I know what the highlight of that party was for mom, and it was nothing to do with the party. If you don't recall, literally the night before is when our entire kitchen got completed.
Oh, right.
It was we were cleaning till about 11 p.m. at night,
Wow.
and that was her ultimate gift, because the way it worked out was literally the day before her birthday, and then you can tell at the birthday she just actually wanted to bring everybody back home so she could show them the kitchen. She kept saying, "So after we're done bowling, are you gonna come back home? Come back home. Come back to the house." We're like, no. Everybody had plans, and I said, like, we will come back officially and see the kitchen that day. But yeah, I don't think it was the birthday; it was the kitchen being completed. So now she could like show it off to everybody.
But and let's also add, so because this is a milestone birthday, we spoiled our mom. So not only did we treat everyone to the dinner and the bowling, we all three also bought her a lot of gifts because her actual birthday was 2 days before. And we really did a good job as kids. I'm really proud of us. Like how many Kate Spade handbags did you guys buy her?
I think we were like 3.
Yeah. And then I bought her like 5 dresses. How many dresses did you and Shiv buy?
I think Shiv bought a couple dresses, 3 or 4, and I bought her about 3 or 4, and I bought her this little blingy rhinestone purse, and a bunch of, and I got her a cute little cardigan sweater that she can wear with her dresses.
And I was her hairstylist, makeup artist for free. So she really saved some money there as well.
Yeah. We really got her on it. Like, we actually said to her, you have to clean your wardrobe. We gave her trendy pieces to wear.
Yep.
Well, she does deserve it.
Yep.
But even though all that clothes you gave her, she has nowhere to put it.
I know, because she won't get rid of her old things. My mom has a problem of hoarding things and not letting it go. And I'm like, it's okay. It's not 1984. That style's not coming back. I think she thinks that some things will come, and I get it. Some things, like you keep your jean jackets because they do come back. I was like, this is not coming back. This dress is not coming back.
She did a major clean out of her wardrobe like 3 months ago when we were getting to like the carpeting and whatnot. We were changing it. I kid you not, there was 11 bags of clothing that she came out of her closet to donate. Closet's still full.
Wow.
Can't do the math. I don't know how the math is on that one. I don't know how that one balances out. Those ones, I don't know what happened. I still look at it like, there's nowhere to put anything. How did this happen?
But mind you, I mean, mom and dad's house was built, 35 years ago. The closets were really, really small.
They're pretty big,
they have a walk-in closet.
I know, but I still think
our closet is 3 feet wide, like 4 feet wide.
I think their closet is really
And they have double
closets to what's being built today. Their closets are massive.
Yeah. And she has double layer of clothing. Plus, like, she has like 5 closets that she uses.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of stuff.
I told her again, I was like, you got to go through it one more time and do another sweep of your clothes, because there's got to be some stuff that she doesn't touch. Stuff in the back of your closet has probably been there forever.
Okay, let's get into why did we want to spoil mom, and why did we want to make this a big deal? Before I'll give you two a chance to brew over your answers. But the reason I'm going to just quickly share the reason we wanted to do something special and why I wanted to do something special is for those of you that can relate, when you have immigrant parents, it's a different they grew up in a different time, in a different genre, and times were different for them, right? Times were tough for them. I feel like my parents were always in survival mode.
Yes.
I think in the last 10 years, they're able to relax now because the 3 of us are carrying quite a bit of the load now, and we're telling them to take it easy. We pay for things, and we're like, go and, enjoy a weekend excursion. But I felt that I think with my mom and my dad there, I think as siblings, they both had 9 siblings on each side. I felt that my mom just got kind of caught in the shuffle of just in the mix of being siblings. I don't think she stood out.
She didn't get the
there
attention.
were so many. Yeah, she didn't get the attention, the love. Of course, I think my grandparents loved all of their kids, but I think when you have so many children, all your children seem to just get lost, and to do the distribution of love to all of them, it's pretty exhausting. And sometimes the youngest ones become the favorite ones because it's just easier. And I just felt my mom never had anything done for her that was extravagant. Hence why we did her 65th birthday 5 years ago. But I just felt, now that, we hit 70 and we're going to do 75, 80, 85 going forward, like I really wanted her to know that we appreciate everything she's done for us. Even like I can't recall a time that my mom's been ill, or she's had the flu, or she's been sick. Like my mom is like tested
She's David Goggins, man.
She's Teflon Dawn's sister. Like, I'm telling you. And that generation is built with just different parts. And she just keeps on going. And like, we never know when she has a bad day, because my mom will never let you know when she has a bad day. She holds a lot of things in that we always tell her, don't do that. But the three of us just wanted her to know that we love her, we appreciate her. And sometimes we may not always physically say it to her. And sometimes Elle has a short fuse and will like get mad with the roommates. But all in all, we just wanted to create that love for her and make her feel special, that listen, like, we love you to bits and we just want you to know that. So that's why the three of us really just said, let's make this birthday really special for her. That's my rationale.
Yeah. And I think as our parents are getting older, like Angie said earlier, we are realizing that, now moving forward, we might be on what we call borrowed time, right? Where we're very fortunate to have them be healthy and be strong, but we don't know what the future holds. So while they're in this place, the three of us have made a pact that we want to do as many great things for them as we can. Angie made this really great joke to her friends, which is, I don't have kids, so my parents are my children. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what's happened for us, is our parents have become like our children, where we want to spoil them because they spoiled us growing up with the little they had. And now that we are in a better financial position, we want to give them those experiences that they didn't get to have. And we want to show them that love. And we're not in a very affectionate family. We're a little more stoic. So we're not very good with our words, but that we're good with doing these kind of events and these things that show, hey, this is how we want to show you that we love and care for you. So doing this for our mother was just amazing. And I just pray to God that we get to do this for 75 and 80 and 85, because she does deserve it. She was definitely the epitome of unselfish, something that I still struggle with, but my mother is still a very unselfish woman and very loving and caring, and ride or die for her children. And
for her family.
And for her siblings. Yeah, and for her siblings. Yes.
And unfortunately, she's too nice. So that's why people take advantage
like
of her.
Like a pushover. Mom is a bit of a pushover.
Sometimes even we get mad, we get upset, sometimes we yell at her, but she doesn't even fight back. We're like, at least yell back or something. She's like, no, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. Yeah. Like, it bothers me even more than it doesn't bother her.
She really doesn't bother her. She doesn't let it bother her.
Yeah. She's very carefree.
Very carefree.
And that's what reminds me of our Nana, which is Mom's dad, because he was very carefree. Yes. Like, things didn't seem to bother him.
She's so carefree. Like, she just thinks she can cross the border with like no ID, no Nexus pass, no cell phone, no nothing. It'll work itself out.
Okay, Al, do you have anything to add? Do you want to elaborate anything?
No, I do not.
Okay, good stuff. Okay, well, if we can get this clip in, we're going to actually insert it into the end of this video clip here, but we just wanted to show you the love. We have a family tradition. Whenever we get together, we sing an English version of Happy Birthday, and then we sing an Indian version of Happy Birthday, which is called Bar Bar. So I'm going to try and see if Al can put this little clip in there. If not, we're going to do it on a social reel, just to show you the version that we had no shame in our game in a restaurant packed with people. We sang Happy Birthday to our mom in an Indian version. And to me, I hold that near and dear because I don't know in 5 years how many more people that were at that birthday are going to be around. So that was a very precious moment for us. So with that, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. With that said, that was our mama's 70th birthday bash. We were excited to share our revelations, our thoughts, and just share that day with you also, that, you know what, when something is coming around for your folks, you can go ahead and just do something. And even if they say they don't want something done, just go plan it. Plan it and just tell them to show up. And my mom fashionably showed up also late to her birthday party when the reservations were 6. She came at 6:30. So she is a little bit of a diva. So anyhow, we're going to close the episode off. Just want to thank you for tuning in into our channel. Love you all. Thank you so much for your support, your ongoing support. Our digital family is growing and we're so excited for that. Check us out on all of our social channels. If you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button. Would love your support. Think about a win of the week, and the tribe is going to be back next week. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
See ya.